5 o'clock on Saturday the 20th of July, and we're at Ipswich, round 8 of the National Series for the Classic Hot Rods 2013. Time for the pit walk, and we have one of the guys running from white grade tonight, and I've been telling him, you've got to get off that duck. Gary, this is 444 Gary Andrews, running from the front of the field tonight in a superb Anglia that he debuted in 2013, came over from the outlaw class. 40 minutes down the road is Gary. This is his local track. Glad of a nearby run, and I hope that his visit here at Ipswich will give him the results that he deserves. Our multi-silver roof man, Dave Fry, driving car 20, finding this year's National Series quite a challenge, as he finds a whole gaggle of drivers who at the moment you could throw blanket over the difference between the points is that close, and a man currently on 77 points, second place in the National Series, number 16, London's Pat Smith, just 2 points in arrears from the man from Derbyshire, who we'll see shortly, 144 Tim Foxlow, the current leader. Car that is currently up for sale, I thought it was about 12,500. Please inquire with Team Gamboni if you're interested. But Brian Starr will be racing the Anglia tonight, having won one race earlier this season at Birmingham. And this is the man who runs the show, Phil Gamboni, 244, having won a brace of victories in what has been a superb looking Mark II Escort earlier this year. But look at the battle damage now, with plenty of tape on there to hide the battle scars. 244, so won brace of victories earlier this year, including the East Anglian Championship at Birmingham in May, and here tonight to see how he does, racing from the star grade, and therefore will find the challenge a lot higher. In contrast, 271 and Jamie Johnson has had some misfortune earlier this year, having had issues with engine reliability and fires in the carburettor, etc. But seems to have been quite settled and fettled with this car this last couple of weeks. Has reported on Facebook that he's happy with this machine, and of course now, in contrast to Gamboni, he will be running from white grade alongside the likes of Gary Andrews. Now on this big track, where Jamie has done well before, it will therefore be interesting to see as to whether that allows him more race victories and more good fortune. 9.24, Cheshire's Stu Wright, just one half of the Wright family racing tonight, as his father unfortunately has been a little poorly, but Stuart, with his immaculate silver and black angle box, did well at Hednesford just a fortnight ago, where the braces of places was in the final, and then unfortunately the half shaft went on the Anglia, and that was his chances gone at Hednesford on the Bill Morris Memorial Day. But here today, competing in the East Anglian Championship, and maybe racing from the red grade, he will have better fortune. We'll just bypass the superb road going Vauxhall Viva of Lee Wood, complete with 2 litre overhead cam, modern power, a beautiful contrast of ancient and modern, superb machine, just as is the one that he has for the track. And this car inspired by the Jerry Marshall colours, his father having once supplied the Vauxhall race team back in the 70s, and Lee, with this car, has been provided some good fortune of his own, and currently in 4th place in the National Series, in spite of missing a meeting and even getting some nil scores earlier this season, but now is certainly back on form. Mr. Foxlow leading with 79 points at the moment in the National Series, just those 2 slender points ahead of 16 Pat Smith, and has got no illusions as to the task he has ahead of him this evening, because starting from the silver roof position, he has it all to do from the back. A man who will be taking advantage of a blue grade start tonight, and that is the Bill Morris Memorial Trophy winner, Hednesford, ably assisted or abetted by Mr. Stu Kersley, as we saw him waving just a moment ago. And this car, certainly now well fettled, maybe long in years and a bit of battle damage earlier on this year, but now fully sorted and was flying at Hednesford. And from the blue grade start tonight, no doubt Daz will be looking to fly once again. Moving across to the other side of pit lane, and we have a debut from a local man. 1:21 is Charlie Shembry. Charlie racing at this superb Italian-styled Mark 1 Escort, now suitably booted with his racing slicks tonight, and he's a man of a good deal of experience locally, having raced the local hot rod class at Arena Essex, so not too far for him to come out here to Ipswich tonight on his debut back in classic hot rods. I believe that he did race them a few years ago, but he's back again, and we do wish Charlie the very best of luck. Just moving down a little, and 445 Graham Boyd in his Austin A40 style machine. And one of the features that we've had with Graham this season is not just the car, but the truck that he came in this evening. Now, he didn't actually say that he'd come all the way in this beautiful Bedford, but I just love the way that they've prepared this period truck to pull in this period car, and it was well worth some publicity of its own. So Graham Boyd driving 445 tonight, and a beautiful truck to have brought the car into pit lane this evening. Stu Donald, a few modifications to car 29, including fresh ways in which to keep the car cool, new radiator, new alley rad in there, and a little bit more space for air intake. And hopefully Stu feels that this car is going to get reliable and deliver the goods, because Stuart is also running from blue grade tonight, and Foxlow believes that Stu will take some catching. And now moving across to 30, Jamie Bowring, always famous with his personalised wheels, as we can see there, Bowring 30. And Bowring Senior, Paul, driving car 10. And Paul, good to see back in his flaming orange angle box. Earlier this season he had the Mark II Blue Escort, which had its fair share of ill luck, shall we say. But it's great to see Paul still there with his great looking car. As you can see, Paul's getting the car ready himself, and he'll be ready very shortly. 172, Colin Hitch, a man who loves Birmingham, but he likes the open spaces too. And Colin here tonight at Ipswich. Give us a wave, will you? Smile, will you? You're on candid camera. Thank you. Moving finally over to the Holden team. 161, Daniel Golden Holden, and 22, Rob Mantanga. Well, we wish all these drivers the very best of luck for tonight's racing here at Ipswich, and we'll now soon be moving over to the starter racing with heat number 1.